Going to make you feel kind of groggy, especially if you're eating junk food and you're trying to compensate with energy drinks or soda. It's going to make you kind of feel groggy and fatigued. It might reduce reaction time. It'll probably reduce your cognitive ability, your decision making, and if all of this is affecting those aspects of health, it most certainly is going to drive irritability and further reduce your ability to play a video game. Transmission received. Authorization granted. Welcome to the video. What's up, dreamers? I hope everybody is having a fantastic day or had a fantastic day, depending on where you are in the world. And I want to let you know that you are awesome. Welcome to Driving and Vibing. Woo woo! What's the vibe today? Let's talk about mood versus gaming. Let's talk about mood versus gaming. Good mood, bad mood, and how things that can affect mood, like toxic players or toxic people in real life, for real life. So let's talk about mood. We'll start with story time. When I was competing, and even when I wasn't competing, just casually playing throughout the years, when I was playing in a good mood, I was happy, I was enjoying my time, which mood kind of affects the enjoyment of the game. When I was playing in a good mood, I would say my overall skill was better. My reaction time was better, or is better. This is current, so if I'm in a good or a bad mood, it's still current. This happens. My reaction time is better. My cognitive ability is better. I get less fatigued. I feel less stressed during the game. I'm able to remain more calm. Being calm, remaining calm is incredibly important, especially if you are trying to clutch around, right? You're playing FPS and you're trying to clutch around. There's something in my throat, sorry. So, what the heck? Keeping your mood kind of in a good spot can benefit you. Now, if you're playing in a bad mood, like if you're playing with a bad mood, and this has happened to me, again, we're going into story time, so in the past, playing in a bad mood, I would really, overall, not really feel like playing, right? And if I didn't really feel like playing, if I didn't really feel like being there because I wasn't in a very good mood, I wasn't going to put as much effort into the game. And this holds true. There's been times recently where I played some games and I was just not feeling it. I wasn't in the overall bad mood. I was more stressed, and it was just coming off in the game. Because I was stressed, I play lots of FPS, so I'll reference that, but my shots weren't landing, my movement was off. I was getting outplayed. I was unable to outplay anybody else. And that kind of makes me want to cut the game short. Like let's say I plan on really playing for an hour or two, and get into that mood. I really cut it off. Maybe I only get into half an hour. This has happened a lot throughout my life here. So playing in a bad mood, it could also push fatigue. So when you're in a bad mood, because your mind is really just racing, and you're trying to kind of figure things out, and you're trying to work on the game, but you're also getting more aggravated because you're kind of not in the best headspace here, it can kind of drive fatigue. So focusing on trying to kind of regulate your mood, keeping yourself in a good mood, and there's activities you can do into that, is beneficial for not only overall health, reduction of stress, cortisol levels, which is your stress hormone, your hormone regulation. Good mood could help with lots of different aspects of health, including motivation. Motivation is a big one, which is you could be motivated to play in a game, but it affects your game and performance, right? What are some activities you can do? What are some activities you can do to help boost mood? That's kind of a loaded question, and there's a lot of individual variances. So you could do kind of things that you enjoy. like things that you enjoy that are quote unquote relaxing. Some people like to read books. Some people like to go for walks outside. Nature is a huge mood boost. Nature is it's scientifically proven that just walking outside and being able to see trees, you don't have to touch them, but being next to trees, grass, all of the smells that come from the outside world, from nature, helps to boost mood. You feel generally and genuinely happier when you're outside. I love going outside. When I would go for runs, after I started running outside, it's like night and day. Running on a treadmill is very difficult. It is. I can feel the difference when I'm outside. Going for walks is a good one. You could read books, you could build puzzles. My wife loves to build puzzles. She finds it very relaxing. You can play, mind games. Well, not mind games. Well, I guess, yeah, brain games is what I meant to say. There's a lot of different things that you could do. There's a lot of individual variances, but do something that you enjoy. And kind of get yourself, especially if you're stressed, if you take a little bit of time to unwind, it might help the upcoming, task at hand. Let's say you're in a kind of a sour mood and you do plan on playing video games, or you plan on competing at some point in that same day, and you unwind, and it does boost your mood a little bit because you genuinely like playing video games, which is why you're probably there. Your mood will increase further, right? So as long as the game isn't stressing you out more than you already were, it's more than likely going to boost your mood because you are playing the games because you like playing video games. You enjoy competing. That's where I stand. It's harder to get into when you're in kind of that downward spiral of mood. But once I get into that, once I get a little bit past that, and I get to the point where, like I'm getting that dopamine rush from playing video games, I'm excited, my heart starts pounding in clutch situations, and I get excited after clutching, or, I get excited if I come really close and I still end up losing, whatever it may be. It's still exciting when a loss, right? And my mood is improving because I'm doing an activity, video games, that I really enjoy. Mood does affect your overall wellness and your overall gaming performance, because if you're in a bad mood, you're not going to play nearly as well as you do when you're in a good mood. It's just kind of how it is. There are also, so we talked about activities, but we're going to briefly touch on how food and drink. I'm not going to go into full details, but I can probably make another video on how this. I have some nutrition videos, but nutrition is a big part of it. If you are drinking and eating junk food and sodas and all of this stuff, it's going to affect your mood, and you might not even realize it is. It's going to start affecting hormone balance, and it's just not going to make you alert. I've talked about this before. It's going to make you feel kind of groggy, especially if you're eating junk food and you're trying to compensate with energy drinks or soda. It's going to make you kind of feel groggy and fatigued. It might reduce reaction time. It'll probably reduce your cognitive ability, your decision making, and if all of this is affecting those aspects of health, it most certainly is going to drive irritability and further reduce your ability to play a video game. There is a lot of information that backs what I just said in regards to nutrition kind of affecting your mood. And I would say one of the biggest things is your gut. I don't think I've fully specified on the gut health aspect, but your gut is kind of like the engine behind your body. I mean, it not really controls, but, well, I guess it kind of controls a lot of aspect of health. If you don't have a very clean gut, a lot of a lot of stuff going on a cellular level in your body is going to kind of, you know, be funky here and there. And it's starting to come out that gut health is becoming a direct correlation of happiness and mood regulation. And that's why I talked about the food, because food and drink would affect your gut health, as well as activity and other stuff. But food and drink are primarily the biggest concerns. And it could help. I mean, the gut affects happiness, mood, like I said. It could drive depression, anxiety. There's a lot of different things. So focusing on that and improving your mood can help to not only help with your overall health, but really help with game performance. So I hope you enjoyed what you heard here. If there's anything that you heard or if there's any tips that you have, by all means, or any information, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear them. If you liked what you heard, you can hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. It will help out the channel. And I hope to see everybody in the next video. Later, dreamers.